Welcome back. Now, 15 Zambian nationals sentenced for crimes committed in Namibia are voluntarily being repatriated back to their home country to continue serving their sentences. Equally, 6 Namibian nationals sentenced for crimes committed in Zambia are being transferred back to home to serve the remainder of their sentences in Namibia. For more on this, I'm joined by the Commissioner General of the Namibian Correctional Service, Commissioner Raphael Hamunyela. Sir, good evening and welcome to the Daily Roundup. Commissioner, good evening. Commissioner Hamunyela, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Commissioner, just to start with, perhaps you can talk to us about, the rationale behind this exchange of sentenced offenders between Namibia and Zambia and why it's so important.
Okay, the rationale for transferring the inmate is generally hinges from our mandate as a Namibian Correctional Service, which is to ensure safe, secure, and humane custody of inmates, to rehabilitate them and reintegrate them into society. Yes, we are having a facility which are well built for the inmate not to escape. Well, we are training our officers to treat the people humanely. Yes, we are having officers who are having a qualification in social work and psychology, who are delivering a rehabilitation program which are effective and really changing the inmate. However, the process of rehabilitation will just give proper, effective reintegration if rehabilitation is being done in conjunction with the families of the inmate. If you are assisting the inmate to understand his wrongdoing, you need to do it by connecting him back to his root, which is his family, and by asking the family to come and visit the inmate and show love and care to that inmate, in order that inmate to realize that he is still useful, and for him to gain hope and to be able to focus on the rehabilitation program and being willing to be reintegrated, which will be then, we will call effective reintegration, which is our mandate. And that is why it is important that these people must be brought back home or must be allowed to go home to their country of origin for them to go and strengthen the family relation while they are in incarceration.
Thank you.
That is the reason why we are doing this.
Now, of the total number of incarcerated nationals of the respective countries, not all of them are going to be repatriated. So of the 146 Zambian nationals, only 15 will be transferred back. And then of the 8 Namibian nationals, only 6 will be sent back to their country. Why is this, Commissioner?
Okay, the reason is clear, because currently our inmates in Namibia and in Zambia were 8, as you are saying, and only 6 of them who were sentenced and they were not having further cases. 2 of them, they are still having pending cases. Hence, the law for transfer, you cannot be transferred while you are having pending cases. Hence, they are waiting to finish their cases, whether they are sentenced or they are found not guilty and acquitted. Then they will be able to apply and come back home. But in the case of the Zambian, we are having 146, of which 67 did not apply at all up to now. They didn't apply. However, 79 applied and only 15 were approved, which means 64 were not approved. And the reason why is because these 64, during the time they were sentenced, they were not having identification document. their nationality is written from their own verbal information when they said they are Zambian. Then the police wrote on the docket Zambian. The court sentenced them on the court as Zambian, and the correctional service admitted them in the correctional facilities as Zambian. However, the transfer of convicted person act requires that the receiving country must first satisfy that indeed such a person is each national. Hence, those 64 files were sent to Zambia for Zambia to go and verify where the inmate, because they do not have identification document, they do not have any birth certificate, they are now have to give their family names, and the Zambian authority will go to their family and do verification, and if they will find out what is the birth number of that person, then they will verify. After they verify, they will send us that information, and I will recommend it to the minister. If the minister approves, we send the name to Zambia that we can do another exchange, or we are just bringing OGMB with our two, and sometimes we will finish them there and only them to say we want to bring your people back who are approved.
Thank you.
Hence, that is the reason why only 15 were approved, because only 15 were having found to have their documentation which are identifying them as Zambian.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just to go back to something that you said a bit earlier on, that there were about 76 of the incarcerated Zambian nationals who actually didn't apply for repatriation. I want to understand what the criteria is for being able to be repatriated back to your country of origin. Is it only applying for it? Do you look at instances such as behavior, the time of a sentence that has passed, and also the type of crime that has been committed? What else is involved?
Okay, the criteria, we don't look on your behavior. The criteria of the transfer of convicted person is whether the crime you committed is recognized in your country of origin as a crime. And number two, whether the sentence you are serving currently in this country where you are, it is also recognized as a sentence at your country of origin. Like today, we are having one Namibian whom we received who was sentenced to death in Zambia. It means this person, if Zambia could not abolish the death penalty last year and commit all the inmates to life imprisonment, this person could not apply because death penalty is not a recognized sentence in Namibia. Hence, we cannot, the Zambia cannot approve him because he cannot save. We cannot come and kill him. We don't kill people in Namibia. Hence, when it's now changed into life imprisonment in Namibia, we are having a sentence of life imprisonment. Hence, we allow him to. The Zambian approved him, and we received him today. That he's coming home and serve a sentence of life imprisonment. But it might be different because I'm not really sure. Because some of the country, life imprisonment means that you have to be there until you die. While in Namibia, life imprisonment means you save at least 25 years without committing any crime or any offense. We will be able to give you parole after 25 years.
Thank you.
Hence, those are the main criteria we are considering. But we are not considering whether you are misbehaving or whether you are rehabilitated or not yet.
Thank you, Commissioner. Also, just talk to us about how an exchange of inmates between, two countries strengthens the bilateral ties, especially now between Zambia and Namibia.
Okay. No, maybe I can say the transfer of sentenced person is not literally to strengthen the bilateral, but these are the result of the strong relationship between the two countries. It is that because only countries which are really having a good relationship the country that having a better understanding and having trust amongst themselves that they can allow their nationals to go who were sentenced in a different country just to go to another country and serve the sentence. Because they say trust already to say there is nothing going to be done untoward. And that is what the bilateral relationship is very, very conducive. Hence, Zambia and Namibia are handling these things in this manner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just lastly, Commissioner, how long will it take for this process to be completed?
Okay, the process it will not it does not have a limit, because our people are still traveling between our two countries, and the crime is happening every time. But this one just means we have started, and anytime a person is sentenced in any of the country, that person would have a right to apply. If he is sentenced today, he can apply tomorrow to go and serve his whole sentence at home. That is what it means. It means just that we are having now an authority for a person, if your family, my family, to be sentenced in Zambia. And when we come to court, then if he is sentenced to 2 months or what, then we say, okay, now apply tomorrow. He applies, he will come and serve his sentence at home, and you will be able to visit him anytime you want, as opposed to someone kept in Zambia, maybe 400 or 600 kilometers away from the border, that for you to go there, it will be too costly, and his rehabilitation process will not be done well because he doesn't get family visit. Hence, this is just a good thing started, and it will be lived for good.
Commissioner General Raphael Hamunyela, thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us this evening and joining us here on the Daily Roundup.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a blessed evening.
Well, there you have it. That was Commissioner General Raphael Hamunyela speaking to us on the line there. That also brings